Welcome back to the. That's really dark, Darsh. To the question and answer
I
section.
don't have the control.
Yeah, you need to have some sort of like spotlight. You can change the size for it.
Light from Shadow of Mordor.
Welcome.
There we go.
There
we
we
go. I'm using my screen. I just have like a small white rectangle on it.
Well, welcome to the question and answer session of the Captain's Table podcast, or what's called After Dark. And whenever we have Darj in here, it becomes After Darj. Even though Darj is still here, so it is technically a lie. So you can sue Darj, courtesy of Chris Roberts. Go contact Chris Roberts. Complain to him. It'd be very funny. He'll have no idea what you're talking about. The Darj is in Mordor confirmed. The Darj of Mordor instead of the Shadow of Mordor. All right, hold on. Anywho, welcome. This is where we take question and answers from the audience that we have here live on twitch.tv/theastropub, youtube.com/@the-captain's-table-podcast on Saturdays at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. You can come join live on Saturdays to ask your own questions. And starting in October, we're going to have a regular session, which we've been doing as experiments here recently, called the Pub Talk. Now, the Pub Talk is going to be a call-in show where you can come in and talk about a specific topic. Starting at the very beginning of October, I'm going to do I'm going to release the theme for the Pub Talk, and the Pub Talk is actually going to take place at the end of October. So for those of you who want to come in and like prepare yourself to come in and talk, if you want to have like 5 to 10 minutes to talk about your thoughts on a specific topic. So keep a lookout on the community notes for that, or check out the Discord. Which you can find in the link below, or in the description below for your information. With that being said, let's get started with the first question for today. First question is from Gin and Tonic. Nope, because it's just asking if the question is bot is on. Stickaroo asks, when can we get a Darj model kit?
Of me?
Yes.
Nobody wants that.
No.
It'd be funny if you had an STL that you released of yourself that people could print and put next to their models. It's scaled at the models.
I'm sure I could get someone with an iPhone with a LiDAR to scan me.
Yeah.
Like do a 3D scan, yeah.
He refuses to give out his body measurements, chat.
You would all be jealous. That's the reason why.
Card, ew.
Fast card, stop. No.
I mean, I'm not going to say no. For those audio listeners, Taskcart did a fast card thing and asks, how about a Darj body pillow?
Maybe a one-off for fast card.
Yes, there we go. Just for fast card. All right, Steve That Answer asks, do you feel the RSI Galaxy does not have a gameplay loop if you don't buy a module? Should it come with a module? What should it be? No. It's got plenty of gameplay without the modules. It's just bad gameplay. It's still got a little section for cargo that where you land your Pisces, right? It's big enough for a Pisces.
Yeah. Well, the concept art has shown Pisces, but I'm pretty sure RSI should also have eventually a similarly sized craft.
Yeah.
Just because branding. But yeah, that's a good question. What happens if you just get a Galaxy? Is that just a blocked off section of the ship that you don't have access to?
No, you have access to it. It's just there's no cargo grid. So it's just an empty spot.
A room.
Yeah, it's just a room. So
that kind of seems like a waste. I agree. And I hope is that what's his face said? Didn't he say that the Galaxy default is cargo? Who said that?
No, it wasn't default cargo. It's not been default cargo. It's an empty room. But
I'm interested too.
I do agree it is dumb you don't have access to that.
Well, I think you could be able to purchase it, but like it's one of those things where there are plenty of other gameplay things you can do with a room and also a place where you could actually land a snub fighter, but it's just not as good as the other things you can do that have a similar thing, like the TAC, which will be much smaller and have more guns, you know. But yeah, I, I I think the whole point of having modular ship is you have to buy the modules. It would make no sense if you just had a modular ship that came with modules, because that's the whole, like, you got to buy the modules. So if you bought like the base thing with actual cash, you just buy the modules in game because they should be available in game. Personally, I think they should be available in the game the same time that the ship releases. That's a completely different conversation. I think all ships should be available in game the moment they release to the to the people who purchase them. You just get them. If you bought them, you get them permanently. You know.
Yeah, in the I'm looking at the concept art, and it just looks like scaffolding,
Mm-hmm.
and the little control hub, and then you have the cargo, medbay, and refinery modules with separate art.
Yeah.
Mm.
Modules are in a weird place after they gave Apollo owners all the modules, but that was a specific case because they sold them with the modules. That was kind of, they came with them. The Retaliator base doesn't come with the modules. You have to purchase them separately. So it just depends on the ship.
Mm.
I don't know. What do you think, Darsh?
What was the question? I was too busy looking it up.
Should it come with a module? Should the
Yes.
Galaxy come with a module standard?
Geez. Yes, I feel like there should be one of the modules should be standard, and it should be the cargo one, and it should be built into the price. Sure, raise the price by like $50, but include the cargo module, and yeah, there you can remove it if you want, but yeah, that's what I think.
It might be a little too late for that though, because like they already sold the cargo module. So if it came with the base cargo module, then someone would have two cargo modules.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly,
Go
the
ahead, Axis.
base cargo is the cheap one. So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
everybody
it's cheap at $70.
well compared to 90 for the other two.
Yeah, and it's also already for a ship that's what, $600.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
look it up.
at least I'll be able to upgrade my character. Oh, one of my characters. God.
Okay. The Galaxy.
Maybe a garage. Yeah. Yeah.
300.
Something.
It was 380. My
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Sweet Steve answers. Maybe a land vehicle module, just no cargo grid, just storage, but it should have a ramp that drops down. Yeah.
I could see them adding a room module that's just a room.
Passenger.
Well, if it's just like a room, it acts kind of like your hangar, right? Or just a room.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can put stuff in there.
There should be some functionality to not having a module. Yeah, instead of just being a useless void. Maybe they can figure out something with that. Yeah, because you can do cargo if you don't have a cargo grid. It's just gonna fly around.
Yeah, it's not gonna be locked down. It is already a room. Yeah, but it's not a module. It's just a room. If you made that area an actual module that's a room, it'll be a little bit different because it'll actually they can actually do like physics for it, and they'll actually give you the ability to put down like chairs and stuff like that, like you can with the hangar. So
yeah, but this is like with base building, with the possibility of just plopping down chairs and cupboards and tables and beds and stuff like that. You could potentially, excuse like have it, have a void be just a blank canvas. Do with it what you want.
Well, you can actually put down.
It doesn't fight you on it. Yeah, so it's actually useful like that.
Yeah.
Oh God, I think Fasker just linked me a clip of me saying maybe a Darge body filler just for fast card. God, now he's gonna blackmail me with that.
Yes.
Mm.
All right. Next question from Mascape, who asks, do you think they'll ever get the Siege on DC mission they dropped from earlier this year to work? What?
Siege from DC.
Oh,
Distribution
distribution centers. Yes, the one that was part of the
Hmm.
Siege of Stanton, or the fight for Stanton, or the Save Stanton one, the one that they had where you had to like go in and fight your way through a distribution center, killing the slicers and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
It was in PTU, and then it just did not work. It was too buggy, and it caused so many problems. They just pulled it from the rotation. So I hope, but maybe they'll repurpose it. We'll see. What do you think, Axis? You think they're going to bring that back?
They might repurpose it into some other form because Siege of, well, Save Stanton's already technically over with, but they may repurpose it into some other form of content. I hope. I think this would be the second time they've done it. I seem to remember another event that they were do. They tabled it and then they re-rolled it out. Right?
I think so.
Like,
I can't remember what that is.
Wasn't it like the blockade runner?
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
Yes,
the blockade
runner. There it is.
Yeah.
They repurposed that, made it a much better version,
which we
than the
haven't
old
seen.
version.
Was it even run once? I think it might have been run once, or was
The
it
new
even
version?
the new version? I don't even know if the new version even was ever run.
Was it run?
I don't know. I don't think it does. Comment down below if you can remember the running it, because I remember it being advertised, but I don't remember if it was ever turned on.
Huh.
Once, it's chat saying once.
I don't
remember
feel
it.
like they should bring that back just because it's just more of same old. It's like rogue gang taken over location, go and kill.
Yeah.
It's the box mission of PvP missions, of PvE missions.
I don't think it's a
or
bad
FPS missions.
I don't think it's a bad one if it was randomly generated. If it just happened without any notification, here's like one of those random events. But
no, it'd be cool if it was like, okay, you have a mission to deliver some cargo over there, and when you get there, you get an urgent message from ATC, help, we're under attack by the Ninetails, and that's when it triggers, instead of there being like an ongoing event. That would be cool. But it's like these predetermined things that happened now, and yeah, good luck.
Yeah. Like the whole we're doing this, like we're doing Siege of Orison. Like Siege of Orison is cool if it just sort of happens while you're there, rather than being something that's like this is the big draw for the patch sort of thing.
Yeah.
Something else that would be interesting, similar to Blockade Runner, but with a twist, would be like an asteroid cluster being found with rare commodities, but like a gang has already sequestered it off. And you have two ways to do it. Either A, break through the blockade and go around them. They're too busy trying to prevent people getting in the mineral pocket. Or B, you fight it out with them and thin their numbers. That mixes in more than PvP, because the end result is you're trying to get resources, obviously, material, not just combat, more like Hathor, but in space. I don't know. Maybe I'm an optimist.
I like that idea. I think that just generally CIG needs to move away from event mentality and move towards structural mentality. Kind of like how Hathor
Sandbox,
is always a sandbox. It's always there. I think
which is it is something that I've said that they're moving towards.
yeah.
But the way 4.3.1 missions, have completely wiped out the 4.3 missions that you still can get is like it's making me feel like they're just waiting and waiting and waiting for the mission tech.
Yeah.
That's
It's
not coming
yeah. Well, the other big thing is that they're trying to do.
anytime soon, I should say. Not that it's not coming.
They're trying to finish.
Darge_CIG confirms
Yeah.
new mission system not coming.
They're doing the new mission system. They've been talking about working on the new mission system for basically all year. And the AI team is currently trying to build out a tool for the mission team to use to easily designate NPCs, what type of NPCs are going to spawn where, rather than having to have the AI team go in and manually build these AIs for them, so they can just populate as they need to. So I could be wrong in that understanding, but I know that the AI team constantly talks about doing mission systems, setting up mission system 2.0, and even Benoit said we're working on mission system 2.0, or the updated mission system, which you know.
Whatever it's called. Oh god, it's gonna be star missions, isn't it?
Star missions, the star mission, yes. All right, speaking of missions, Gin and Tonic asks, the missions this year have all been part of long story arcs. Makes sense for this year with the rapid iterations and missions and ships being the thing that we're getting this year. Do you think this will persist into release post 1.0? Do you think they'll continue with the long story arcs? Axis, what do you think? Do you think we're going to get the long running story arcs?
Probably adapting them as needed. I mean, Jort obviously seems like a long-term push. Other missions, probably. We still have some loose ends from Storyline A, the Slicers, or Citizens for Prosperity going back. What are you pointing at?
Star Quest is the name for the mission system.
It's I see them revisiting a lot of that, Paul, because there's so many loose ends left from earlier in the year missions. Things that, well, think about it. With the resource drive, Hurston just got control of a jump point station leading to a system. Who works with Hurston? Citizens for Prosperity. Could the two be tied together into an invasion by Hurston into the Pyro system? Some sort of, I'm not saying a complete UE takeover, but like a securing of the jump point on the Pyro side for UE control. Because remember, we've had a lot of invasions from the Pyro side by criminal elements. The UE military could use it as a pretext to prevent further incursions, hardened defenses.
Yeah, I can see some long-term stories. I do think that the long-term storytelling is here to stay. I think this is not going to be like something that's a one and done. This was the reason why they did the long-term stories now with A and B stories was because they had a lot of time. But this, I've been saying since the beginning, this is an experiment. This was CIG going, we don't have anything else, but we do have the missions. So let's develop some missions and let the mission teams and the writers and the narrative team, the mission teams, and all of the other teams who have to work together figure out how to tell stories in the game. Which is the reason why, for the first 3 to 4 months, the missions were the stories was shit. It was awful because they realized we don't have any of the things we need to work to be able to function properly, which is why they immediately pivoted towards a mission and updating the mission system to a new mission system entirely, because they realized, oh wow, we found the big problem here. So, and since then, as they've been updating the mission system, they've gotten better and better because this game's been more stable. The story, the writing is more on point. They've understand the game designers have developed ways of telling stories without just giving you non-spawning non-spawning data pads. They've allocated resources to actually having mission givers talk to you through screens, not just and give an animation of their faces. Which when I talked with the mission team or the narrative team, like at CitizenCon in LA, they said we just don't have the money. We don't have the resources to throw at those because all of those people are working on Squadron. So it's clear that they were able to say, we need this. And CIG said, we're going to allocate resources towards this for you.
They had the Joker.
Yes, they had the Joker. Or what is it, the hero card now? They had the hero, the hero squad. So
I will say this, it has given us our first alien in the
yeah,
which a lot of people gloss over that, but welcome our first Banu Protectorate member.
Our first Banu Merchantman.
And also the first Vandal Corpse. That's not a head.
There it is.
It's going to be blessed.
Yes.
That's 2 of 3.
I really hope that the new mission system addresses a drawback that I mentioned in the previous part, the link to which is going to pop up above Axis's head.
Yes.
That even though it kind of, from an immersion point of view, doesn't make sense, for you to time travel to a mission, that lore-wise was supposed to be played out like 6 months ago, it is a stable of MMOs that you can go back and replay the old missions.
Yeah.
Just, if you want to get reacquainted with the story.
I think that's...
I want to play the 4.3 Onyx missions, damn it.
Yeah. We can't play the 4.3 Onyx missions anymore?
No, 4.3.1.
You can't do the intro missions?
Nope.
What?
I don't have them. I don't have them in my Moby class. I only have the updated missions.
Oh, because you already completed those missions. But yeah, being able to go back and play that mission chain again would be nice.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form. Yeah.
Yeah.
But all right, let's move on to the next question.
See, Daddy says hi in chat.
Hi, see, Daddy.
Hi. All right. Gregson asks, though unlikely for obvious reasons, Squadron 42, do you think it would be fun to see Jax, Jimmy, and Bob introduce Nyx to the community during IAE, where Jax doesn't get to the IAE yet again? Be fun.
I like.
Nah.
But I don't think it's going to happen.
I actually want to see Jack's triumphant return.
Yeah. I want to see. Oh. Here's the thing. I want to see Jax actually come back to.
With the Odyssey.
The Odyssey's gone. It's destroyed. They said that in that one. But I want to see Jax come back specifically as part of the whole. CIG wants to do give like shows in game, so they're broadcasting on like the TVs, and you can listen to them in your Moby Glass, because the lore right now, a lot of the lore comes from segments of like transcripts of segments of television shows which were broadcast on Spectrum. That's where we get a lot of information.
They also have the Jared clips going on
right now,
so
which is the start of that. And then they want to go beyond that. They want to do the Star Watch and the Bounty Hunter shows and the political the Congress Now stuff. So they want to do all of these different shows that they have had in the past as to fill out the universe a little bit more. And to do that, I think that'd be the perfect time for Jax to come back, is to get his show back and actually be doing segments on those shows for like each new ship that comes out, as like a 1 minute segment. So, all right. Next question comes from Sergeant Barry, who asks, with Onyx data pushing towards the supply of Vandal corpses for Dr. Yorit, is Nyx coming for, or with Onyx data pushing towards a supply of Vandal corpses for Dr. Yorit, is Nyx coming for December patch or earlier? Axis, what do you think? Do you think we're getting Nyx at the end of the year?
That's really the key. I would definitely suggest everyone in chat watch SitCon in 3 weeks. We make it a hint. That's projectively our best odds of getting any news on Nyx or Castra. Rule out Terra right now from your minds. Evaporate it, because it's only in concept art, right, Paul? Only
as far as we know. Yeah, well, they didn't even show concept really at CitizenCon 2023.
Sketch art.
Yeah.
That's all they have for Terra for now. But they may give us a system update, which I hope they do. Darj is very dark right now.
It looks like he's getting darker and darker, you know?
I'm checking some. I'm pretty sure they've been teasing Nyx in. Wasn't it in the Starlancer commercial that actually showed off Nyx?
It may have been, but like they've shown off Nyx a little bit, yeah. Like it's been
Yeah. They did show it like towards the end when it jumps out of quantum.
mhm.
It is at
Levski?
what's the what's the Delamar.
Delmar.
Yeah, the tunnel that we were shown during CitizenCon as the preview for Delamar. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely say Nyx will be. We'll get an update here in 3 weeks on
Yeah.
Nyx and definitely Castra.
Yeah.
Castra, as we saw, was more than gray box. It was in some
It was-
level in between gray and white.
I think it was white box, but it was we know that for sure.
Sherman, you mean?
Yeah, the Sherman location.
Sherman was white box. Yeah.
They were already fleshing it out, so
Sure, but
I would say it's
there was
past
there was a lot
gray
of
box now,
stuff.
but it's probably
There was a lot of
final
stuff that
state
was just
review.
completely untextured, and gray box just means final geometry, and a lot of that was just nowhere near final
It's
geometry.
either in final art or gray, late gray.
Hmm.
Probably for Castra.
All right.
Well, the planet's probably those are
Yeah,
shared assets and
yeah.
everything, but the Sherman location.
I'm going to say the thing that no one wants to hear, which is no, we're not going to see Nyx release this year. It's not going to happen. It's just not in the cards. Not with what they have left. I think almost certainly it'll release next year. And the best chance we have is a sort of a preview at the end of this year, like they did with Pyro.
Pyro preview, yeah.
Because it was clear end of last year that CIG was moving towards Nyx coming in quick, because they were like, all right, we got server meshing done. We're just going to move right forward with the new tech. And then when 4.0 released rougher than they'd hoped, and there were a lot of those problems. Now, to be fair, I don't think anyone really remembers 4.0 being like an utter disaster. It was just
it wasn't 318 bad, no.
no, but it was just not perfect. It wasn't good, and a lot of people were like, well, I don't.
It
crashed a
released
lot,
in the
you know.
way that I expected it to, because it was a complete rework of ground up technologies. We knew it was going to break, and they knew it was going to break, and they released it with the intent for us to break it.
Yeah. There's a lot of proper expectation setting for that one, which was nice. Which is probably why I don't think anyone remembers how bad it was when it released. But
because we were warned, it wasn't like 318 where it was like they dropped it on us and then nothing worked.
yeah. But I think what happened was effectively that CIG knew that once they got this technology done, they needed to work on it, and so they were going to have a lot of emphasis on new features. And I think the main feature that was required for Nyx is both scanning and dynamic server meshing. And so since neither of those, one of those was completely backburnered, and the other one was going to take longer because they had to like shore up to solidify the server meshing to make it so it wasn't awful. That process meant that Nyx, which was planning on being released this year, got pushed back. Now, they never said when it was going to release because CIG is usually pretty good about that. But the way CIG talks about stuff can tell you how close something is. And they were like, this is in gray box. And you looked at it and it was like, this isn't just gray box. This is like late gray box. They were done with the large sections of Levski and Delamar. And before anyone goes, oh, well, but there's more to that. It's like, that's the system. It's Levski and Delamar. Obviously, they're going to add more points of interest, but it's not really. They'll take the assets and art assets from Pyro and Stanton and use those, and maybe
All
create
they
a
have
couple
to
more.
do is add those remote abandoned mining stations.
Yeah,
And
those
asteroid hangars that are already in Pyro.
yeah, the
Yeah.
asteroid hangars in Pyro, the asteroid stations that are in both Stanton and Pyro are perfect for Nyx. Like that's sort of like the whole vibe.
Some distro centers. Well, not distro, but
Like
you get what I'm.
abandoned facilities like
Sure.
Onyx, that kind of thing. You know, like yeah.
Any moons that any of the planets have. I've said this. Nyx 3 being a gas giant likely will have several moons.
Mhm.
Those will be literally loaded with underground facilities like ASD, Onyx,
Yeah.
any number of facilities.
Yeah.
So the Nyx we've seen is going to have a slightly different look, but it's still going to be the same system, much the same way Pyro changed due to it being modified a bit.
Yeah.
And
But
a lot of people forget Pyro started with a red dwarf sun. Now it's an orange star,
Yellow Star,
and
yeah.
it had a lava planet. Now it's a living, breathing planet. So there's been a lot of changes.
But I think the fact of the matter is that CIG is probably further along on some of these assets than anyone thinks. But because they don't talk about it and they don't show it, people assume that it's either not coming or they assume it's going to come faster. Because now that they are talking about it actively and they're showing up in the files when we're not supposed to see them, that starts to get people go, oh, Nyx. It's like, yes and no. Yes, it's planned, but if it's planned, that means it's planned for next year because they started to do the plans for next year in July of like the narrative and stuff like that. So if it's already being planned in narrative for July, it means that they're pretty, or from this July, means they're pretty confident right now. Of course, it's CIG. We know about how CIG is in their confidence. Sometimes they're way off the mark. But yeah, so
you have to be. You have to be. Otherwise, if you're too pessimistic about the future, you start losing the drive.
yeah. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna see Nyx in December. We will see it, but we won't see it in game.
We have a 4.3.2 patch in October. That's going to be the Citizen patch, and
Yes.
then we still have 2 more months and 2 possible patches before the year is done. What's going to be?
Do you think we're gonna get a 4.3.3 patch? Because usually they don't do a brand new patch when it comes to IAE. They usually have a .x patch for it.
Potentially it's going to be a point patch.
Yeah. So if October is 0.2, then it's got to be 0.3 for November, which means we won't have a 4 until December.
January. They potentially will even skip December just because of holidays and and slowing down. And then 4.4 first thing next year.
5.0 Nyx. No. There's no more. We're having 4.0 and that's it. There's not going to be any 5.0 or 6.0.
There's nothing groundbreaking for it to be a completely new version. Dynamic server meshing would potentially be a groundbreaking enough feature for them to go 5.0.
But it's not even a groundbreaking feature. It's just the server meshing we have
evolution
now. That's just how they allocate the servers. That's all it is. It's just an allocation server thing. So
yeah, you're right. It kind of feeling that 4.x is the last of the alphas.
Yeah, we're gonna go into beta 1.0, and the beta 1.0 I'm hoping will be several months, like 6 to 7 months, and then they'll go into 1.0. And in that 6 to 7 months, they're not going to add anything. It's just going to be dialing in
fixing.
Yeah. All right. Next question comes.
Oh my!
Oh, this will be good.
Escape asks, does Darge care to share his feelings or share his favorite Fate character? This is some devious level question because Darge has already admitted how he knows Fate and the only reason why he knows Fate. So
I am going to answer semantically but not pragmatically. I dare. And that's it.
There we go. All right, this is a good one. Commander Shadowstalker asks, who/where is the G-Man of ASD Saga? His name is Dr. Yorit. You've met him. You've seen him. He is definitely the G-Man, the man behind the scenes puppeting everything. It just, you actually get to hear him more than understand his motivations compared to the G-Man. That's it.
Yeah, he's a lot less mysterious. He's just,
It's Dr. Frankenstein.
yeah,
You know?
melodramatic mad scientist instead of a puppeteer.
Snake asks, do you think we'll see a mad Frankenstein monster as a boss battle?
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Can you, oh, geez, imagine final evolution of Sam
Yes.
being a half human, half vandal hybrid.
Yes. That's
an eldritch terror from beyond the stars that wants your blood.
They are working on us. I think the sub boss battle is in 4.3.1. There's like a mini boss battle, and then there is a boss battle that they're working on as well, which I think is going to be the giant Drake worm with a Y, wyvern.
Valakar.
Not a Valakar. Have you seen the files? The dragon-faced one, the dragon-faced worm.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah, it's almost sounds like the worm of Norse mythology.
Oh, Nidhogg.
Wait. You mean the snake?
Yeah, the snake.
The world
Jormungandr.
Jormungandr. Yeah, it's named something like that. It's like Jormungcaster or something like that is the name of the. Yeah, it's in the files, and there's references all over the ASD facilities of them finding a snake, a reptile creature that has molted. That when they were like digging, they found this random thing. So
I need to go back.
Yeah.
I need to go read.
Yeah.
Listen to audio logs.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I've been doing that so I can actually do a lore video on it later, but that's my October video. So yeah, go do that. All right. Next question comes from Shadowstalker, who asks, do you think there is any direct connection between ASD and Pyrotechnic Amalgamated, considering there is Pi-Am equipment present in Onyx site, or is it the case of them stealing anything not nailed down to operate? To give you the context, Pyrotechnic Amalgamated went out of business before the UPE was formed. No, after UPE, but before the UEE. It was basically defunct in the 26th century. Whereas, or 27th century. Whereas ASD, as far as we know, wasn't even formed until the 28th or 29th century. So it's very new in comparison. So there's no way that ASD could have purchased Pyrotechnic Amalgamated equipment.
It's just loot.
They could have stolen it though from Pyro. So, and just because we know that ASD has facilities in Pyro, so they could have easily.
And if players can be loot goblins, why can't corporations be loot goblins?
Yeah.
But at the same time, they could have also acquired it through legal means, like a defunct company. What do you do with a defunct company that you want to use? You acquire them.
You buy its asset at an auction.
And I'm sure that a lot of that, if it is not just them just doing clever reuse of assets, it could easily be chalked up to the anomaly. Everyone knows the anomaly now. It is a thing.
Its name is Frank.
The anomaly is
Aaron the anomaly.
Aaron the anomaly. It may have come from Pyro. It may have been ASD was building their facilities and found the anomaly and dragged it to their Onyx facility to study it. So.
Wow. What I was gonna say. Shit. Oh, fuck my brain.
The point being was that they probably didn't have a connection other than that they operate in Pyro too, Pyro as well. So. All right, next question comes from Stalker, who asks follow-up question. Do the captains think that ASD and Yorit did not actually discover the energy anomaly, considering PIM equipment appears to be the main assembly around the Onyx energy core. That's what I just said. Yeah, it could be easily imported.
But it could. Yeah, I just remember what I was going to say. It could be just someone forgot to change the logos, because if you go and buy some of the Volt ammunition, it still has Lightning Company
Yeah,
logos on it.
yeah,
It's the wrong company. It means Lightning, but it's the wrong company.
yeah. So it could just be that. It could just be asset reuse that they just forgot to change. So, um, but I'd love them. I'd love for them to take a mistake and turn it into actual lore. That's always fun. Like the pickle. If you have a chance to eat a pickle in Star Citizen, if you find it, you should eat it.
Eat two.
To eat two, yes, especially if you're in a very stressful situation and you really, really, really need to like make sure that you are in top physical condition. If you're being like overrun and in a like a bunker or something, just eat two pickles. All right, I guarantee you it will not ruin your game in any way. You will have a wonderful time. All right. If you don't know what a pickle is in Star Citizen, you should. Or like what it does in Star Citizen. Just eat a pickle and you'll find out.
And that's going to be like the easiest cosplay ever for CitizenCon. Just walk around with a jar of pickles.
I thought you were about to say, I turned myself into a pickle. That's an old joke.
About that shit.
Yeah. Wow, Astropub is an asshole for telling people to eat pickles. Pickles are nutritious and healthy. Okay, how dare you?
Yes, and
how dare
tasty.
you?
Blah.
Citizen Dance asks, do y'all think using the Onyx building as a base building blueprint, different floors can be added, crafting, storage, food processing, etc.?
Like a secret building blueprint? Like you go in there and you find blueprints on how to build their.
Well, like you have it's like a module, so you can like build the upper facility. Maybe like you have like the hangars separately, and you have like the introduction facility, like the entry facility, and then you have other blueprints you can attach to it, so it can go further down in the earth, but you have or underground, but you can have different facilities for different purposes.
I
Right,
still
yeah.
think you
And
should have
all you
that.
would have on the surface is a hangar or an entrance, and you
Yeah.
don't have to like build out stuff. And it would be protected from gankers.
Elements and gankers. Yeah, I could see something
Yeah.
like that, but especially
Yeah,
since
it'd be like a reinforced. It'd be like a reinforced. Like, gosh, what am I trying to say? Like a
vault.
building. It'd have like attributes like higher defense, maybe some level of stealth. You have to be literally right on the building to find it, right?
Mm.
So, but you still have to locate the servers to get the blueprints. Like you have to go to an actual ASD facility in the verse to get the blueprints. Like in No Man's Sky, where you have to get blueprints from certain terminals and stuff.
yeah,
Sure, but it was an ASD who built that.
no,
There is another company that was subcontracted by ASD to build their facility, so you'd have to go to them.
yeah, because
you have to deal with them.
because we also know that 100% there's going to be that exact same facility for other companies in the verse at some point that aren't abandoned, or are abandoned, but just different types of abandoned. So, all right, Escape asks,
Just like every distribution center is exactly the same, even though they're owned by different companies, because there's one other company that just churns out the distribution centers at a location, bought by the client.
I forget the name of it. It's not modularization, but it's like standardization sort of thing. It's the reason why every single module on the International Space Station looks the same, because they all had to be transported through the shuttle. So they all had to fit the shuttle, so they're all the same, and they tend to look the same because there's one way you build something to survive outer space, and it just happens to look the same, even though they're built by Europe and Japan and the U.S. and Russia and China, and like all these different locations. So, all right, next question comes from Escape, who asks, "What kind of missions would you like to see to encourage use of all arguably useless ships and vehicles?" Train heist.
Oh yeah.
I want a train heist.
Space train heist or a land train heist?
A land train heist. Hover train heist. Like,
Are we thinking about the same Firefly episode right now?
yes, we are.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's fantastic. Like some sort of train robbery where you have to do, where you have to like catch up on ground or on the because the air is like no fly zone or something like that. So you
Oh
have
yeah,
to like
but now I want a mission giver like Adley Nishka.
yes.
That'd be amazing.
Where you have to like you have to drive your cyclone up and you have to like match the speed of it and then like jump out and all that kind of stuff. You know.
Yeah,
I can see
but
them
then
doing-
they would really need to freaking figure out the need for vehicles versus spaceships. Like,
Yes.
why can't we get why can't this cargo that's being transported from one city on this planet to another city on this planet just use a ship?
Because of
Newcastle.
environmental conditions.
Yeah.
Just like
Or because it is much cheaper. It has to be much cheaper than operating a flying vehicle.
yeah, I mean that was the
Some
whole.
planets have no fly zones.
Well, that was the whole like shtick of Argo. Argo, it was a train manufacturer. They built most of the trains. And why do they build trains in the era of spaceships? Because they could build trains cheaper and faster and more to run. The initial upkeep was all the initial build was all your costs, and then the actual like transportation process was faster to load a train and send it across the planet than it was to get a ship fueled up, inspected, ready to go, load it up, and then launch it. It was about the same, if not shorter, time period. So it's just like, why? Costs you less money to do that. So
Capitalism, the driving force of all drawbacks.
what do you think, Axis? What do you like to see for like an encouraged use of useless ships or vehicles?
Useless ships.
Like current useless ships, like the ships and vehicles you never see.
Like data running.
I guess,
But-
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go with a different route though for data. Similar to what we're doing in the Onyx facilities, except they're physicalized, say, as data cartridges or data like pods.
Mhm.
You have to put them in your near your server rack to download, and you can't be disturbed while downloading. You know, there's risk and no risk. No risk pays less, but you know, nobody attacks you. And then high risk where, well, gloves are off.
All right. Darsh, do you have any other ideas for missions to use like useless ships, currently useless ships? Because the only other thing I can think of is blockade running. There's been an idea I've bounced around for a long time, which is, Hurston's taken over by a hostile force, and you have to it's being besieged by a hostile force.
Siege of Hurston.
And you have to run supplies through a blockade into the outer gates to help out the beleaguered occupants. You can't fly a ship in because you'll get shot down, so you have to like run a like a tank. That would be the reason why you bring a tank and other vehicles, because you have to load up all these supplies on a ground vehicle and send them in, and it would require you to like defend them from other tanks and other entrenched facilities, that kind of stuff. So
I don't know. Any sort of reasoning like that going through my mind right now is just like too on the nose. It's like, okay, this mission that you have to do at a specific location, but if you show up in a very specific ship, you're more likely to blend in, or because you're not supposed to, like, if you go to a poor system in a fancy ship, you're gonna stand out immediately. So that's why you have to go in a Drake or an old RSI ship or something like that. It the I don't know.
you don't know.
No,
That is a point.
Nothing actually tangible is coming to mind other than it being a hard mission um, requirement for some reason, and the some reason, all the reasons that I can come up with are very lame. That's why I'm not a game designer. For some,
Yeah, I mean, you have a point, which is like, the big thing to remember is that any mission they do should have multiple ways of achieving it. If you have a mission that only that requires you to have like a data runner ship or something like that, then you're locking it out to anybody who doesn't have that ship. It's got to be able to be achievable by everyone in some way, shape, or form. Even like the large cargo missions, you can finish them with an Aurora. You just have to do them.
If you go there 1,000 times back and forth,
it's still possible. So there still needs to be some way for you to do it without that ship. It just, that ship is more optimal for it, would be the thing, or that vehicle. So, all right, let's move on. James asks, with the mention of military gear coming from instance raids at last year's CitizenCon, do you think CIG is pivoting away from all the gear should be decent at all things to a more focused PvP versus PvE gear, traditional MMO style of gear balance?
No, they showed archetypes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should archetype.
So you got the pilot, you got the stealth, you got the sniper, you got the heavy,
the leader.
The
leader, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, or they also have the heavy, like the OMC armor.
Yeah.
That is completely useless if you want to do anything quickly.
Yeah.
You sprint and immediately you're 120 BPM and you start wheezing and your stamina is completely out.
Hey, that one guy is meant to represent the guy that doesn't match the squad.
Yeah.
That's what that one guy is. He's the sore thumb and the nail that gets hammered down every time you guys go out to raid a bunker.
It's also a joke, but
he's also a joke.
Yeah, but I agree. I think it's less of a PvE versus PvP gear and more role specific. That's what they're gonna do. It's the gear shifting is more. It's MMO, but instead of giving you classes, you now have classes you can wear. So that's really the focus. So
yeah, it's loadouts versus classes. Yeah.
And PvP versus PvE gear in MMO is not an OG concept that came out years later. Yeah, no, and there will definitely be different things for different reasons. Like if you're going to go mining, you're going to have a mining loadout. If you're going to go salvaging, you have a salvaging loadout. That'll be different role specific stuff as well. But
yeah, this is like an old concept, but like there were supposed to be different Moby glasses or different visors. You have, two visors now. We have the non-combat and the combat one. The combat one giving you the crosshair. But there were talks of a mining specific visor or a medical specific visor that is very designed to help you with the specific task at hand.
GQ said, I would disagree that missions should have limitations. It would not be a problem. I mean, if you want to go mining, you need to have a mining ship. Salvage, you need to have a salvage ship. But you can go mining and salvaging without a ship. Yep. You can salvage by hand. You can mine by hand, or even with a vehicle. There's other options. There's no ship requirement for those things. So if there's going to be a like data running mission, you should be able to run data running mission with just yourself and a ship. It's just more optimal for a data running ship, So yeah, it's some. Yeah, you're obviously not going to be doing big multi crew mining with just your multi-tool, but that's not the point. The point is that you could still go mining, There's no mission for mining. Even salvage is no missions that it just says you have to use a ship, You need a ship tool to the ship to mine. You need tools to mine by hand. Yeah, but you can buy the tools to mine in hand in game without a ship requirement. It costs almost nothing.
He kind of does have a point. You can't go ship mining with a hand tool, and you can't go hand mining with a ship tool. It is but that is where there is a schism. But
that also implies it implies things like say info running. Info running shouldn't be only limited to ships who have info running capabilities. you should be able to have some way of doing info running without an info running ship. So there shouldn't be a ship that a category which just like, this is a cyclone mission. You have to have a cyclone to complete it. It's the only way you can complete it is if you have a cyclone. It's like, that is a stupid mission. That is a mission that shouldn't exist. There shouldn't be gameplay that is only stuck to a single ship forever, for all time. Having a category like mining or salvage, yeah, because you can have multiple mining and salvage ships as they have. You can buy them in game. But just having a ship that's just, or having a mission that's just the ranger mission or the mule mission, it's like, no, that just doesn't make a lot of sense. It's bad mission design. All right, Steakru asks, after this year of stability, with which aspect of the game do you think they should focus on next? Features, gameplay, for example, ship, flight combat, story, or etc., to keep the morale up for the game since Squadron 42 is coming out? I can start if you want me to.
Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead, Axis.
I would say a mix of both, but since we're going with Squadron to kind of keep the hype going, maybe this is going to be an interesting take for you, Paul. You know those war medals you find in the verse and stuff? Maybe an archaeological team wants you to recover them from burial sites scattered around.
Archaeology gameplay? Yeah.
Yeah. Or like historical gameplay, I think it'd be more.
I mean, I would. That's super limiting though. That's more like a mission focus.
More like a mission they could throw in toward IAE or
The question is more, which should they focus? Should they focus on features, gameplay, story, or whatever? Like, what aspect of the game?
I don't think they should pivot. I think maybe okay. So the year of stability is not going to be like a 12-month thing. The year of stability is going to end when they feel like the game is stable enough so they can stop hyper focusing on it. But I don't feel like they should then pivot towards features and completely abandon stability, because then we'll just get like in 2 years we'll just get back to the same situation where they'll have to have another year of stability. If they should start just slightly toning down, just the fixes and stability focus, and start ramping up features slowly. Then
They
again,
could
you need to
do
get a
less
balanced
bug fixes, but longer ones. Like
centipedes. You mean
the
longer bugs?
no. What I'm trying to say is they could have longer downtimes. Yes, I said it. To fix more bugs, but fewer of them. And I know it's not going to be a popular opinion, but Elite does it, and they have downtimes of like what, Paul, 3 to 4 hours.
I don't think the downtime really matters. Like, according to even Benoit about the downtimes, it's like the downtimes are mostly just sort of because there's some updates that require the downtime. The downtimes themselves don't fix the problems. They're just there for fixing larger problems that require them to turn off the servers. So I don't know. I think the main focus
and stage new ones,
yeah.
Instead of just hotfixing, which is which is how they did 4.3.1, which was a no downtime.
Yeah.
Just rollout.
Yeah.
Which kind of worked.
Yeah.
I think they had to do like 1 or 2 hotfixes after.
Yeah, it was just there was like 2 problems. One was the RMC, and the other one was the like LTP, like people's stuff just getting erased. So
not just LTP.
You shouldn't neglect features though.
No, definitely not. But like they shouldn't pivot. I think they should keep this stability always running, but less prioritize it less, because the actual baseline of the game will be much higher in terms of stability, so they don't have to focus that much on it.
Zero time patches have happened for a while now with live. Yeah, but those were the hot fixes rather than like new content fixes. This is the first like hot fix release.
Yeah, this was the first one going from something 0 to something 1. Yeah.
I'd also like to like take a moment and go, the 0.0 and 0.1 patches just mean nothing now. They've always meant nothing, but now it's like, now the popular perception, like the difference between 4.3.1 and 4.3.0 is just new mission content.
Content, yeah.
It's
And
just
chips.
content and chips. But like, there have been 0.1 patches which have been better than the 0.0 patches in terms of more content that has been added in this year alone. Remember,
Yeah.
like when 3.17, the year of 3.17, everyone was like, it was only the year of one patch, and it's like there were like 7 patches that year. They just were 3.17.x patches. But because there was like the same patch, it's like, well, this year they haven't changed the actual base code since last September or last October.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah, which is why I think like 4.3 shouldn't exactly have been 4.3. Should be just stayed on 4.2.
yeah, or it should have
Yeah,
been
it should be
4.0 point whatever, because they're
whatever.
just
Yeah.
So,
Because if you're just releasing new missions in a ship, there's really no reason to go a full point decimal out.
4.3.0 was zero town time. No, it wasn't. They kicked you out and forced you to re-download the game. Like, you could play 4.3.0 until with 4.3.1 out, and then when you logged out, logged back in, you could play 4.3.1. So, all right.
Yeah, Gin and Tonic. Yeah, I'm a millennial and we hate labels.
I don't know what they should focus on. They should focus on whatever they want to focus on. Honestly, it's really a matter of what they have, because CIG is not a speedboat. They are the Ever Given.
Stuck.
It just takes a long ass time for them to turn, and if they try to turn too quickly, they get stuck. So they need to, like, if they need to pre-plot their route in such a way that when they want to move, if they want to turn left, they got to start turning in the right time at the right like several months ahead of time, rather than right when you want to turn left. So
Speaking of, who's going to be the first one to name their Hull E they ever given?
they ever given. CIG may blacklist that one, but
it's just sideways outside of Pyro.
yeah,
The game.
the game.
No, sideways in the Pyro jump point.
That'd be a great January 1st joke from CIG, something like that, where you just have a ship that's sideways. It's called the Ever Given. But whatever CIG wants, whatever CIG wants to do, in terms of what they're planning on it, I am pretty sure that they're going to focus on features next, because even Benoit said that they can't keep this patch cadence up. Like, it's impossible for them to keep this patch cadence up. So
they said that
to have it. They constantly pivot. They had a year of one patch, and now they have a year of 11 patches. Did they do it slowly?
Yeah. So I think what they're gonna end up doing is they're gonna focus on features next year, because they focus so hard on stability. And they also, if we believe what CIG's those interviews, they're targeting a 2027 release, or 2027, 2028 release. So if they're doing that, 2026 needs to be the year of features. Just all of the features the game needs done, at least in a zero.
In the saddle and down in the sunset.
Yeah, so that by 2027 they're actually just adding the improvements, or fixing them and balancing those issues. So. So yeah. All right, next question comes from John Chavs, who asks, if you could pick any celebrity, dead or alive, to voice any NPC in Star Citizen, who and what? Hulk Hogan is a smuggler mission giver. Morgan Freeman is an ATC controller. DeVito, swanky clothes tailor. The answer, there's only one answer. And if you disagree with me, then you are a horrible person, which is Nicolas Cage. In terms of what is he? Yeah. Whatever the fuck Nicolas Cage wants to be. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Let Nick Cage. The only other choice would be why am I
Christopher
blanking?
Walken?
The taxi cab driver.
No. He played Johnny Silverhands in Cyberpunk, Neo in The Matrix.
No, Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. Yes, Keanu Reeves would be another one.
Oh
Christopher
no!
Walken, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
But then they would bring up matrixing, or what are they?
No.
Agent Smithing.
I would have Keanu Reeves play a professional um uh Zeus pilot. Not Zeus like the ship, but like the combat mech. He's a combat mech specialist.
Oh yeah, because he
He
was
played that
in.
in Secret Level. He played the Armored Core
Oh,
pilot.
that was so good.
He was so good at
Yeah.
that. Did you know he broke his leg before that one?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, he'd broken his leg before that, and they got him to do it, and they got him to do all mocap for it. And he was just like, I gotta do this for like 10 minutes at a time. But they did it, and he eventually got it, was like, no, I'm good, let's go. So, like, yeah.
But also,
That was a
I
great
don't
show.
want them to use any dead celebrity because that would require using generative AI, and I
Yeah.
am vehemently against that.
Yeah.
So, oof.
Um,
There's also a lot of legalese.
uh, Gosh, I'm trying to think of the other folks.
Oh God, Gilbert Gottfried.
The actor who plays Superman in the latest Superman would be good because
Oh yeah.
he's a huge Star Wars fan, and he said that his favorite role would be to play a
And we
space
have
fighter
two
pilot.
we have two Supermen
Yeah,
in the game.
in the game.
Uh,
Him playing a UE fighter pilot would be great. You know?
Nathan Fillion, I would like as well.
Nathan Fillion would be good. Same with
yeah.
Alan Tudyk. You know, they're
Oh
always
yeah,
really
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Oh, like the entire crew back, as the crew of a ragtag ship, smuggling ship. Oh yeah, give them new
If we
names.
could
Give
get
it.
Harrison Ford as a smuggler, I'd scream.
There's so many people I'd love to see. I mean, I'd love to see the actors who played in the original Wing Commander movie come back. Though I heard that they just don't like Chris. So,
Shaggy.
well, he not him. It's apparently they blame Chris Roberts for ruining what's his name. Oh, why am I blanking his name? He played Blair in the movie.
Oh right, yeah.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah.
Freddie Prinze Jr. blames Chris for ruining his career.
What?
Yeah, he blames the that movie for killing his chances because it bombed, and then he never got another like role of that type. And apparently Chris blames the studio because he didn't want to hire them, but the studio said they're up and comers, you have to hire them. So
I mean,
the answer is
who's-
that cast does not have a good relationship with Chris Roberts. So otherwise they would have
maybe
already
it was
been
his
there.
bad acting. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, he bounced back like it went with ironically enough, Scooby Doo helped bring his career back. So, but uh, basically, there's just so many people I would love to see in Star Citizen because it's such a huge universe to just get like actors.
Yeah, but there's also so many iconic voice actors like from
Yeah.
Mass Effect, from
Yeah.
Star Wars,
I
from Star Trek.
someone said Keith David, which is a great. I'd love to see
Yeah.
Keith David. He's a great actor. let
Iconic
alone-
voice. Yeah.
Not just, he's got so many memed and great like he played the I forgot what the name of it was. But there's a show about a black preacher who's like it's like a drama sort of like a drama soap opera sort of combination where in Atlanta where he's like cheating on his wife and it's all about who's going to take over for him because he's like running this huge mega church. My wife loved that show, watching that show, and it's this huge drama filled show. You gotta pick up your camera there, buddy. Pick up your camera.
Yeah, we can see a crotch.
Ooh, shit.
Yeah.
But Jennifer Hale was also FemShep.
Sorry there.
Yeah. Jennifer.
That was accident.
Yeah. Jennifer Hale.
You're gonna have to blur that in the YouTube edit.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a little heavy guy. Sorry about that.
It's all right. I don't know. There's just so many. Yeah, Jennifer Hale would be. You said another one.
The entire cast of Critical Role.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Alex Lee, who does a lot of voice work for anime. He'd be funny. So, all right, next question. Serious Fun asks, how, if at all, has your relationship with Star Citizen Project changed as it moved from being able to reflect everyone's dreams to what a universe sim could be, to be making more real choices that concentrize, concretize, I think, and amplify some things and diminish others. Basically, has it changed? Your thought on the project over time as it's gotten into a game from just an idea.
As it's gotten to a game, instead of being just something we wax poetically on a podcast, to actually being a thing we play.
Yeah.
Well, it hasn't driven me off yet. I still feel like all the time that I've invested in it, and all the money that I spent on it, and all the people that I've met through, being part of the community, has been worthwhile. It has been a huge chunk of my life by now already. So yeah, I don't regret it. And it's just, it's opened up, work opportunities for me. What the hell? I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
I think my camera froze.
No, we can
No,
see
you're
you.
good.
You were having issues
Maybe
earlier.
maybe it's just
Darsh
the
had the same
preview in
issue.
Chrome.
Yeah. You had the same issue earlier where like it was saying this isn't viable, but we could see you. So yeah. I like you, Darsh. It's a huge part of my life. I wouldn't have a content creation career without Star Citizen. Like Star Citizen was the main thing I was focusing on. Does that necessarily mean it's bad or good? If my relationships change over time, for sure. I remember at one point I said, like, if Star Citizen hasn't released by X date, I probably will lose interest. I probably won't play.
That day is long gone.
That day is long gone. Yeah. But I also think that the game changed significantly in that time. One of those things that's important to remember is that every year that CIG has developed Star Citizen has gotten better. Sometimes it's 2 steps forward and 1 step back, but it's always improved. It's never not improved. So, like, the fact of the matter is that the game, as it has become a project beyond just an idea, has become more, not just more concrete, but it's also become more real in a way that
Realized.
Yeah, it's more realized, and I don't think it's in a way that is detracted from my experience or my enjoyment of it. It's just more of a. I came in here going, I want a fun multi-crew game like where you fly on a ship and you hang out with your friends and you go do MMO stuff, and that was my kind of approach to Star Citizen forever. And all that's changed is sometimes you get more multi-crew stuff and sometimes you don't. That's it. So. Your Axis, your thoughts. How's your life? How has your perception of Star Citizen changed as the Star Citizen went from being an idea to being more of a game?
For me, I agree with the content creation, Paul. I've gone from having, maybe 50, 60 subscribers on YouTube to multiple levels of followers on multiple platforms. I think the highest numbers I got are around 200 on Twitch here.
Mm-hmm.
So I am an affiliate now. I actually have a fun income number, but I don't do it for money.
Yeah.
I do it for fun. The money is just a fun little bonus for me. I'd probably be doing. I actually started my channel. You can tell by my name for a different
Gundam
reason.
stuff.
Yeah, Gundam and Darj is dark again.
Yeah, you haven't unlocked this character yet.
Yes.
But I obviously started it for a different franchise. I did Star Citizen, and I don't remember who got me into this. I was literally in some forum I'm not even in anymore. It's like, hey man, have you tried this game ever? Spend $45, just try it, see if you like it. He said, or wait till December for the holiday pack, which may have an Adventure Titan. I ended up doing that and getting the Titan 2019 package. I'm sure some of us in chat has, which I still love that ship, even though it needs a ton of work. My poor Titan.
Titan actually just got an upgrade in 4.3.1. It now has
What
working
did they
control
do?
surfaces.
What they do?
It actually has working control surfaces.
Working control surfaces.
Oh,
Really?
interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was just the Gladius, but the Titan got it as well. And now I'm thinking maybe other Aegis ships as well. I posted a video, a capture of it on Paul's Discord and the Star Citizen channel if you want to check it out.
I wonder if it's squadron related.
Potentially because it is but what's her name ship?
Trejo, Agent Trejo.
Trejo ship, yeah.
That's right. I remember that, and I hope we get to earn that advocacy skin on the Avenger through Squadron. I want that skin so badly, you know. But back to me, I started in 3.7, between 3.7 and 3.8. So I'm kind of new compared to you guys. You started, Paul, in 3 point or 2 point something, right?
I started before there was a point system. I started in 2015, I think. It might have been 2014. It was 2014. Yeah, I started in 2014, in August of 2014. Maybe even to August of 2013. Darsh, how long have you been?
September 13.
So we have 13.
I was in before we had any sort of flying. We had the hangar module.
Yeah,
0.8.
I had
meet and greet module.
I enlisted September 3rd, 2013. So it was right.
2019.
Yeah, for us it was right when the hangar module was released is when me and Darsh got it. So
for me, I just barely got in just as Microtech was added. Levski was still in the game. Cry. No Crusader. The Crusader of 3.8. People will tell you totally looked different.
Yeah, because it wasn't a planet; it was a texture.
Big old texture map you couldn't even visit.
It would kill you if you got too close.
I still miss Selin having the whole Star Wars crater on it.
Yeah, the giant one.
It looked cool. Yeah.
Paul has the original BMM price, right? Yeah, the original price BMM 250. Yeah, I have a 250 BMM.
My oldest package is still named.
Yeah,
it's called the Pathfinder. It was the original 315p.
Yep, that was mine.
Just now been upgraded to the Carrack.
Yeah,
and that is the package that I will keep. And sorry, Fast Card, and Griffin Gaming. You were the ones that gifted me my second Carrack, but that's getting upgraded to a Galaxy.
I had the Arbiter, the Arbiter one, which was the 315. So, like if I buy this back right now, it was $80. It had 4 months of insurance, Legacy Alpha, Squadron 42 digital download, Star Citizen digital download, digital star map, digital game package, Star Citizen digital download, and Selfland Hangar.
Come on.
I just got in. I almost didn't keep playing.
Yeah.
True story. 2 months in, I was about to throw my computer through the wall, but then I realized my computer sucked, not me.
Yeah. So you threw yourself at the wall.
Yeah, basically.
All right, we got a couple more questions because we kind of getting lost on that one. But Yinzer asks, if you had known how long the project would take when originally backing it, would you still back the project? There is more context to that, though. For me personally, if I had known that it was going to take a long time. But I also had known that part of that process was to become a streamer and a content creator and do things on YouTube and stuff like that. I would still do it because for me, it's not just the game. It's the game, the community, the people I've interacted with. And that's kind of how I've always approached every game I've ever played, is that it's more than just a game. It's also the community around it. So
It's actually the first one for me that is like that, because I backed Star Citizen just because space game. Yay, I like space. I like games. I'm gonna back this. It looks promising. But the reasons why I keep coming back and why I keep persisting with the dream is because they keep, like you said, every year they make something better. They make the game better. They create something new that we haven't seen before.
They keep
Uh,
honing their craft. Yeah.
so yeah, that's what keeps me coming back. And at this point, some would call it a sunk cost fallacy, but it has become a huge part of my life. And just like I have other parts of my life that I why would I abandon them just because
yeah. All right. What do you think, Axis? Would you still be this project if you knew it would take so long?
Probably. Maybe a limited capacity on how much I've spent. 15,000 almost, knock on wood. I'm crazy. Well, I do have a javelin, so let's be.
That's insane. That's probably most of that. All right, next question comes from Chris, who asks: We know Zach Priest has tweeted before that the percentage of PvPers is really low. Should CIG devote the same percentage of development time for PvP content versus PvE content? That's
Nope.
that's not really how development works.
Nope. Because if they did, then the PvP content wouldn't just be like a smaller part of it. It would be shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, not worth playing. So you just migrate everyone towards PvP because the PvE because that's where the quality is.
Yeah. Admiral Kusanagi says, "Well, I don't think if you knew you were going to take this long, you'd pick something. You'd pick something else. Many would, but the community has been fantastic as a whole, and the glue keeping us together. It depends on your approach. If you're approaching Star Citizen as a game that you want to play right now, then yeah, you probably would have not backed. But I never approached Star Citizen as a game I was going to play right now. I was fascinated by the process of the game being developed, and then I fell in love with the community. So, like, so, let's go with the next question. Oh yeah, yeah. But PvP, you were just saying, yeah, like PvP is not just a. It also, if it has good PvP, more people will buy the game for the PvP. That percentage can go up. It depends on how CIG approaches it. So if CIG wants to make PvP a part of the game, which they do, and make a huge part of the process, then it needs to be focused on, especially for those who don't want to participate in PvP. You may have to. There has to be a way for you to escape PvP. So, yeah. Also, some aspects of PvP mixed with PvE. Yeah.
PvE.
Yep.
That's the ultimate.
Gin and Tonic asks, for Pub Talk, can we send our own graphics? So, if so, what specs do you need? I don't even know. Darj may have. Darj is the one who did all those little graphics. So for me,
I can post a template. Yeah, it's basically a 1080p PNG file, or it can be a JPEG file, because this overlay
it's very specific.
Is a hole. It's basically a hole.
Yeah.
So whatever it, just have to put in an image that goes beyond the bounds of the hole. And I can post a template that shows you where to put something, and yeah, you can
where the hole is.
Paul, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can show you where the hole is. What you do with it is up to you.
Chaos Swast asks, do you think giving every module slots and ships the option of an empty module for open use by the owner? Or what do you think? I think that's my response to my suggestion of that. I think that's a good idea. I don't think there should ever be a hole. There shouldn't be a void if you have something like that. And CIG doesn't have a void. But But I think if they just did blank canvas as a spot for you to do, so you can put stuff down there, but just not guarantee anything will work or function well, I think that's fine. You know,
So like an empty grid or something.
not even a grid, just like what we have in the hangars. You know, those little side sections, those little square areas where you can just put stuff down. Just a place.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's not a cargo deck, so it's or cargo area, so you can't be locked down, but you can put down like a bed. It's just if you crash or you bump, your bed might just fly around and break inside there.
Yeah. But in base building, they showed off like a way to lock an item.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they could use that sort of tech to let you decorate.
Didn't the Retaliator just have an empty room with no modules inserted? Yeah, it has an empty room. So, all right. Next question comes from Escape, who asks, "Would any of you object to the missions to pet creatures? Uh, what if rep scale with difficulty? Just like have a mission to go must pet Copian, you know?
Must pet Copian, must hug Copian,
Must
hug Worm.
I think it's a good joke. It would be a good joke mission. Extreme difficulty must pet Apex Valakar, you know.
Or Apex, what is it? The Boreal Stalker.
Boreal Stalker, yeah. Apex Pyro Crab, Whip Crab. No, yeah. And
our Boreal Stalker is something completely different.
One word, doom.
Northern Tech Trooper asks, "What ships should get the Apollo as a loaner now that it has been released?" The Endeavor Hope.
Yeah, module based. Yeah.
Yeah.
The hospital.
Never Hope. The Hope class, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's it.
Are there any other hospital ships?
Nope. The Apollo is the only one. So.
Yeah, our Boreal Stalker is an end. Yes, John.
Yes. Next question comes from MPCDN, who asks, "Do you think CIG will ever do bank robberies or we just talked about, train space convoy robberies? Players could do both. I would love to have heists. I am a fan of Payday 2. Big fan of Payday 2. So I love to have heist missions. Heist missions are fun, you know, as long as they're actual mission gameplay.
Also, the best part of a D&D campaign is the heist episode.
Yes. Aren't all D&D campaigns just a series of heists strung together with a narrative?
Yeah.
You're always stealing
and Benny Hill music
somebody.
playing in the background.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. Do you Axis? Do you want to see heist missions?
Sure. I mean,
He-
they could be legal heist or illegal. You may be heisting for the government.
Heists, by their very existence, are campy. We need more camp in Star Citizen.
We do.
Instead
Well,
of
they can
just
be morally
serious
gray,
and grim
though.
dark.
But it's funny you say that because I think a lot of people think we're too silly in the game. The game is far too
Really?
silly. Yeah, I've heard people say like all these weird new armors with the weird heads and stuff like that, and it's like, but all of the missions have been incredibly serious this year. You know,
What do you mean? It's
I mean,
you
do you
got
agree with that, Paul?
it's only the Halloween stuff that's silly.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
I can agree with morally gray ones and just the regular generic missions.
Hmm.
Maybe
Yeah.
you're working for the government to reclaim a stolen thing, and they're like, "Oh yeah, kill anybody who is associated with it." That's your order.
You know what we need? We need Tomb Raider missions.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
you have to go into an ancient facility and avoid deadly traps and random security guards, like automated security systems to retrieve.
That's been firing blanks maybe for centuries.
Yeah. All right.
barbed wire, booby traps, spike pits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a job for lore. I may or may not be actively saying we need to have archaeology missions, but in the vein of Lara Croft, but
Make it happen, CIG.
or
Lore Croft.
Lara Croft, or what is it? Uncharted,
Yeah.
Then Drake.
Steve That Answer asks, would you like to have Cousin Crows be the only place to swap out ship modules, like the Retaliator's cargo/torp modules, or other places like it? Hell, I'd argue that should be the only place you can change your skins. There should be a custom skin shop.
Like if you have the Crusader ship, one potentially, with a module, and that you want to swap out the modules, but maybe like the C1, swap it out to an E1, you should be able to go straight to Crusader themselves
Drake ships you
for
have
a
to go to
lot more money. But Cousin Crows could get you like a special deal and special version that maybe breaks once in a while, but it's got a cool skin on it.
Yeah, or like Wick. Like go to Wick to do those sorts of things.
Wicklow? Yeah.
I mean, larger ships, though, like Capitals, you might have to go to a Capital shipyard like at Drake. For like the Kraken.
Yeah.
They're made on Borea. So you may have to dock there.
Except for the Privateer. The Privateer is made on Crusader.
Oh, it's made on Crusader.
Yeah, Cousin Crow. Cousin Crow's the ones who make the Privateer. They basically build it from scratch in Crusader shipyards. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's what Cousin Crows is like in lore. Is they're a custom ship shop, and they got the they got the contract because they originally wanted to do like a custom version of the private like a custom skin for the Kraken, and Cousin Crow was like, how about I make a custom ship version of the ship? And they're like, yeah, sure. And so that's why they're making them Cousin Crows.
Okay. No, but no, there should be more like officially. Where's RSI located? Where's
Earth.
RSI located? Earth.
Earth.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah. So if that's like the primary facility, but they should have like dealerships.
A reason
everywhere.
a reason to go to those locations. Yeah, like I said, there should be custom ship manufacturers somewhere where you to go, where you have to swap that out, or you at least get a bonus for that, time bonus or whatever.
So for RSI, you have to go to L4.
Yeah, the L4.
In Seoul. For Asperia, that would be Terra, if I remember my lore, and Anvil. Anvil is based on Terra.
Fun fact, I think it was.
Although then they say that you can just do that in your hangar, like swap out modules. Oh God, Paul, the keyboard.
Yes.
The clickety clacky. I have a new mechanical keyboard too. You want to hear it? Listen.
Yes. So, fun fact: where L4, where like the giant space station that builds a lot of the RSI stuff, is also in the UC universe for Gundam, is where Side 2 and Side 6 are.
Oh my, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
The wall?
Where the Gundam was made.
Yeah, that's where the Gundam was made.
Oh no, that's Side 7.
Oh, it's Side 7. You're right. That's the L3.
7 or 6?
Side 6 was neutral, wasn't it?
Yeah, Side 6 was a neutral state.
Yeah, that's where G-Quux takes place in Side 6. So
yeah,
but I think Xeon is Side 3.
Side 3, Moonzo, on the opposite side of the
moon. Yeah. So where's Xeon? Xeon's one of the. Is Xeon Side 6? No.
Xeon is at L2 technically.
L2 is just on the other side of the moon.
On the L2 of the moon.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it's basically 1.5 million miles.
So chat.
Nobody uses miles.
Well,
kilometers. I meant
yeah.
Megameters. No, that's gigameters, million kilometers.
Yeah.
No, I mean, this real cool.
I use SI units.
Side 6. There we go.
Is that where the Gundam was made? It's either 7 or 6. It was one of the two.
Check which one it was. Looking it up real quick. Now I have to know. Side 7. Federation assault carrier White Base and the Gundam successfully fended off Zaku 2s. Side 6 is where G-Cloaks takes place.
Mm-hmm.
And side 2.
See, this is chat's fault. They've triggered Paul down the
Oh,
UC
oh,
rabbit hole.
that's the fun part. Side 2, which is the L4 station, is where the colony that was dropped in Operation British.
Banshee, yeah. Banshee, what was it?
Hate?
Hate.
Yeah, Hate.
Hate.
Yeah.
Basically broke into 3 parts that fell apart over northern Canada, northern States,
And Australia.
and dead ended right on Sydney, Australia.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a
What about
giant
Sokovia?
crater called Sydney Bay.
Yeah.
Sydney is a crater filled with ocean water.
All right, sorry. I just found it funny because like I'm mentioning the L points is like I've remembered. Oh yeah, the L points is where all of the colonies in the Gundam universe are located, and I was like, oh, I wonder where L4 is, and it's like
It's a dark place, folks.
All right, move on to the next
Shouldn't be.
question.
It's the same distance from the sun as Earth.
Gee, Gundam nerds, listen. I said this before the actual recording, which is if there's one thing I want to see CIG add, it's O'Neill cylinder colonies in
Please, yes.
in Earth, like the Earth space, and in like Croshaw space should have Earth cylinder colonies.
Like
Babylon 5.
No, it's not Olympus. Oblivion. No, not Oblivion. Which was the one with the movie with
Interstellar.
No, because it was like all the rich people went up to the O'Neill cylinder.
Elysium or something like that.
Elysium. Yeah, that's the one.
Type 1 colony. Type 3 are what you're thinking of. 20 miles long, 7 miles wide, I want to.
Yeah.
Maybe 6.
Yeah.
They rotate about a quarter RPM.
They basically rotate just fast enough so that it's just like a half or like a third, like almost 1G in the rotation.
Yeah, you don't want it to be the problem with you want it to be as big as possible because you have a small cylinder and you want to get to 1G, you have to rotate
super fast. Yeah.
Super fast, yeah. But then if you, as soon as you let go of something, it'll go that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want the angular velocity to be low enough so if you do drop something or throw something, it's not gonna just go on a weird curve.
Yeah.
Because it'll be immediately out of centripetal acceleration. Yeah.
They're nice, hard science fiction ideas, and it would be a nice way of delineating the difference between old colonies, like old tech, and new tech. Because like if you built a gigantic O'Neill cylinder station, colony for people to live on in space, and it took you built it out over the course of like 50 to 100 years, and then you found new systems, you wouldn't just abandon those colonies. You would just use them until they're bad. So
yeah, one of the oldest colonies actually in the UC is almost 85 years old.
Yeah,
and it's inside one, and it's basically falling apart. It's a junkyard.
Yeah. All right, so we've got 2 more questions and we're done. MCPDN asks, is the hero card a real card? Someone should make a big one that's Star Citizen picture that is
someone, you say.
His name.
Pitch that to JR.
Yes, do it. Make an actual hero card.
I got designing to do.
Trouble Magnet.
Trouble Magnet asks, are pyro flares ever coming back? And if so, how would you change them? Yeah, they'll come back. They require engineering.
I want them to come back, yeah.
I'll also argue that they should be in more than one system.
Yeah.
Flares are a byproduct of stars in general.
Yeah.
Stanton should have flares.
It just
but
should be
not as intense.
predictable. Yeah, it should be predictable, and it should be like
Just like Soul has flares, but they are contained pretty much to like less than the orbit of Mercury.
yeah.
So,
If you're
but
passing
Pyro is a
interior
violent star that shoots its flares out way past the inner planets.
Yeah.
So yeah.
planets,
Oh,
like-
sorry, not flares. These are mass
Coronal
coronal
mass
ejections.
ejections, which is what they are,
Yeah.
CMEs.
yes.
So yeah,
Castor would be in between Pyro and Stanton in energy.
Yeah.
Because it's a B-type star. It's much more energetic at a base level. So I could see the innermost planet Bullseye probably some level of
gets baked. Yeah, that's the reason why a lot of the planets in the star system universe, the closest planets closest to the star is just hell because they get baked by the
Okay,
bursts.
Just like Mercury and Venus are in our system.
Yeah.
You know, that's because then we have the Goldilocks zone for Earth, and then you have the colder planets out on the outside. No matter what sort of terraforming you get up to, you're still basically limited by how much exposure the star gets you, and there is the Goldilocks zone.
Yeah.
So that's yeah.
Yeah, but as you're pointing out, as you both of y'all pointed out, should be a mechanic that exists for every star system. It's just more prominent in Pyro because it's one of its main features. Just like Dark Nebula in Nyx should exist in Nyx, but it should also exist in other parts of the game as well. So it's just more prominent. Each system has its theme, but each system's mechanic should exist in other parts. So if you're flying too close to Stanton, you could hit a CME because you're too close to Stanton. So
you
plotting
might get
around it.
an alert.
Yeah,
on your
like
computer.
oh
So-
yeah, that'd be actually a cool system. Like okay, once we have planets that orbit this
Yeah.
the damn thing, because right now if you want to get from Crusader to Hurston, you fly pretty close
To the star, yeah.
to the coronal to the star, and you should be affected by a coronal mass ejection if it happens. The issue is yes, they are not as powerful, but they're also much rarer
Yeah.
with a stable star. Pyro is a very unstable star. That's why they happen every
Right.
couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and like I
So
said,
so if
Castor-
so for instance, if you have this is what I was going to. If you need to get from one side of the system to another, you could take the risk by going right past the star, and if you get hit by a CME, then you're fried. Or if you take the slower route, go
Around.
round it, a wide, give it a wide berth, but maybe you don't make it on time,
Yeah.
or you have to go through areas that are more populated, and there's a bigger chance that you'll get interdicted, for
Yeah.
instance.
right.
That's a big thing that CIG's been pushing. Or they were pushing it at one point, and it seems like they're going to be doing it again, which is they want to make space as much of a danger
Character.
as the like NPCs you fight. So like you leaving your ship, they said should be scary. You going EVA should be a scary event because anything you could just die instantly. So you have to have preparedness. You have to be able to go out and do things right, which is why the whole push-pull system exists, because they want to make it so that your actual like right now your EVA thrusters, which are infinite, will have a fuel, and so you'll run out, and it'll also be connected to your own oxygen in tank. So the more you use that system, the less oxygen you have to breathe. So you need to have specialized equipment.
Yeah, and then maybe if you build up your stamina, that will actually increase your oxygen usage, so you maybe are able to push your EVA thrusters for a bit longer because you're not using as much.
Yeah, that was the whole the
See,
whole section
it's
squadron.
it all interconnected. Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with the rarity for G-class stars.
Hmm.
Oh shoot, what happened?
What? You're still here.
Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay, G-class stars like Terra and Terra Nova, right? And Stanton will be very rare with flares or stellar. And F class like Nyx might be rare. Slightly more because it's getting more energetic, right? There might be a grading scale based on the heat and the energy of the star. very rare with Stanton and stable stars. F-type star, rare, still fairly safe, right? But you might need to be more uncommon to rare, say with Castra, because it's a B class star, highly energetic, somewhat volatile, and it has a very short lifespan. Get what I'm saying, Darj?
On an astronomical timescale, yes.
Yeah, on an astronomical time scale, a B class star only lives maybe a billion years tops. And then we're not even going to talk about O types. We don't even have an O in game.
What's
But
Pyro?
It was a
then we have
it was a
Pyro.
it was a
Comet.
a flare star, but then they changed it because they realized that it didn't act like a flare star should officially, so they changed it to a yellow dwarf, but it was just sort of a yellow dwarf that was unstable.
K class orange
Yeah.
flare.
That was a yellow, it was yellow, but if it's an orange, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it was a red. It was like a red giant. No,
It
no,
was
red.
supposed to be a red flare star like
Yeah.
Proxima Centauri.
Yeah.
But it would have been too dark to see.
Yeah.
Turn your lights down, Darj. Say this is Pyro's lighting right now. Down by say about down to 10%. Keep going.
Yeah. That would be what you could see in Pyro, just about that.
And that would be at the outer inner planets.
Yeah.
That right there. There we go. There we go. That is a red dwarf. And that's not super accurate. Ooh, the color's about right too.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Most of it is heat,
Yeah.
thermal. You're not going to see it super well. Ooh, okay. Sorry, I'm getting distracted, Paul, but it's important people understand why they changed the stars class.
Yeah.
It would have been so damn dark, people wouldn't have been able to see.
Yeah. Yeah. And you would have also seen a little bit too much difference. And we're going to see a lot of that where they will eventually. Like there's a pulsar, that the system that's going to have its own unique. They'll bend the rule a little bit, but like
Odin is small and cold and dark.
yeah. You got to feel that when you see the footage in there. It looks falling apart, which is it's the whole thing.
The white dwarf, yeah. It also might have flares, being a stellar remnant.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And it should have the stellar remnant should also have a lot of gravimetric anomalies, like fluctuating gravity field, or because it should be spinning quite quickly.
yeah.
All right.
Neutrons start to be even funner.
This is the last little question because this is a good one. If nothing escapes a black hole, can you die permanently, or does this Ibrahim sphere still manage to pull you out of your consciousness? Ibrahim sphere is connected via quantum interdiction or quantum entanglement. So
in inner space,
through a mythical place called inner space. So I don't think the black hole has an effect on inner space, as far as we know. So.
Unless black holes are actually
portals to inner space.
Portals into inner space, yes.
Which is why you die.
Because jump points are portals through inner space, not into.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you to Axis and Darj for coming in and joining us for this. They kind of came in the last minute, so it was really nice of them. If you did enjoy this, make sure you check out Axis0096 on his channels and Darj at darionator.com or jrdf.sc or jrdf.co.uk, right?
That's the ones, yeah, because it's different companies.
Yes.
But I work for both of them.
Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this, watch us on live at twitch.tv/theastropub, youtube.com/@the-captain's-table-podcast at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. We'd love to have you come over and ask your own questions. As with all of these, I want to hear your thoughts down below on anything we talked about. And if you did enjoy this, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and hit the bell icon to be notified when these release. Thank you for watching. And like I say every time, hope to see you someday in the black.